Bro, man, about the camera, man.
Good evening, man. Today, we're on Risk Taker Podcast. Today, we have Breka people. My sister, Carla, man. What they'll be breaking down today is the changes they're trying to bring to the city of Shreveport and everything that's going on. So they'll be open for live questions, man. We're gonna kick it out, let them introduce themselves.
Well, my name is Breka Peoples. I am the Louisiana State activist. I also the founder of the People's Promise. When there's no justice, there's no peace.
And I am Carla Collins, founder of Be the Village, and yeah, that's about it.
Okay, man. The first thing we're gonna start talking about today is, before everybody chiming in, is that what is the People Promise and to be the village?
Well, the People Promise is, in Be the Village, we don't make a promise to the people we do not keep. I mean, we bought and unboss.
Right.
I can't say it. But yes, we are community organizers. I mean, we fight for justice, freedom, and equality. Not only, I mean, we are on all different avenues. Missing persons, community engagement. I think the people call, I don't think they know 911 no more. They think they know our number.
They forgot it, huh?
Yeah, they forgot 911. They don't know. They say 911 is a joke.
And already. So some of the community issues, like let's talk about some of those. I know the first thing I think of is justice. You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing to me. And,
That it is. With that being said, I think it's imperative for our people to know about the laws,
right,
know their rights.
right,
You know what they can and cannot say when interacting with, you know, a police officer.
right.
How to pretty much control your emotions in the midst of everything without letting anything get out of control. So I mean, the injustices, you know, that comes along with that, even with the police brutality, even with the certain people that they select to police our communities. That's why I was so big on it was a lot I did about us policing our own community. You know, everybody taking their turns with shifts or whatever. To literally, you know, it's not to, you know, it's not saying it's gonna stop crime, but it definitely would deter a whole lot with the presence of our people being, you know, out and about.
And let me piggyback on that. When the children of Southwood had their fight, their first fight, well, that big fight they had that was with National, everybody got in the city, I have our number.
Right.
So, Carla was working in schools. And I was working on the ground with the Nation of Islam, the minister, Minister Morgan Muhammad, doing a lot of door knocking, trying to do a conflict resolution while she was bailing the children out of jail. Literally, we was on the ground. So if you notice, if you look back at the stats, it was no shooting. We had one shooting within 3 weeks, and that's because me and Carla told him, like, you can't call me and Carla and think we gonna help you and you ain't doing that with your children.
Right.
If you need help with your kids, we gonna help you. You know, we gonna be that village. So I mean, our people need to see us more in the streets.
Right.
Like, Carla come home all the time. If I say, hey Carla, you gonna have to come home. Look, you want to run about back. Look, there's a lot of snakes around here.
I mean, but that is true. I mean, we all need to do better. I mean, I know I can do better. I can get out. And that's like right now, the police chief. I can't even tell you who the police chief is.
I can tell you who he is. My cousin.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. Last one I knew was Ben Raymond. I mean, and I don't know how long would it been.
Our police chief is is Whitehorn.
Whitehorn? Okay.
Girl,
So Chief
I'm not finna play.
Whitehorn.
Okay. Well, okay, we're gonna switch it up a little bit. The city council meeting, man. Why were y'all removed from the city council meeting and Tom McLaughlin Jr.?
Cause Tabitha Taylor ain't call her name.
She didn't call your name, or?
We put in to speak at the city council. She was the person in charge of calling out the names of those to speak. She took it upon herself not to call it, because we put it in, didn't we? Yeah.
Me and 6 others, Jay Forhorns, attorney. A lot of people put their name in and they didn't get called if they was affiliated with the People's Promise or the Be the Village.
And was it already talked about? Already
It
discussed?
had to be because when we arrived there, I said, I'm walking out on the phone call. I said, Carla, I see a police house on every corner. I walked up, I said, Carla, I see 5 police houses at the door. So I said, Chief Wayne, I said, cousin, you got these police houses for me. He said, y'all be bringing out me to the council.
Damn.
I mean, it was at their request,
Yeah, at the request,
my
but
thing
my-
was,
yeah.
if we already down police officers, how would y'all able to find, 20? You know, how? You know?
We played for that, right?
But this, I know you did, but we talked, and I'm just trying to say, I mean, what's the problem, like, when they see y'all show up? I mean,
Well, let's go back.
because you're human, I mean, hey.
Yeah, it was something put in place prior to that, and it wasn't made known to the public. As far as them changing the rules on, you can only speak if it's about what's on the agenda.
Gotcha.
Prior to that, you could go there and voice your concerns.
Right.
And what the city council forgot was that council, that building, that room is the people chambers. It's not y'all. Like, y'all work for us. We put you there, and we're gonna hold you accountable for having that seat. I don't care which district you represent or whatever. So I don't single anybody out like as a whole. Yeah, the city council failed us that day, and Tom McLaughlin and his family, and that's what it is. For whatever reason, they think we're troublemakers, but I mean, I've never seen a well behavior like.
They don't think I'm a troublemaker in cattle. Cattle only gonna got power in cattle. Cattle, look, no other parents got problems with Breka people. So the parents, black leadership, they groomed them some Breka people, didn't it? Which you don't like the word. Okay, Carla.
I mean, what is it? Is it because, like, I mean, you're very outspoken, or you're speaking direct?
Of course,
or?
you can't be outspoken and be a
because
black woman in the South. Are you serious? Oh my gosh, you have to be proud.
Let me tell you, a preacher called me one day. He said, Breka, why you spoke out behind for Tom McLaughlin? He said, you don't got no right. Women's are lazy. One of y'all big preachers in Shreveport. He said, Breka, women's are lazy. I'm gonna send my minister to come fix this mess you started. I said, what mess? I said, I don't want to see with no gays, no Muslims, no Jews or Gentiles. That's what he said on that phone. Mario Saint was on the other line. She heard it too. So, yeah, you're one of your big pastors. That got women's leading his church. But he said women's are lazy. So, my thing is this. Who bought us out? How did we get here? We ain't just got here overnight.
Right.
We ain't just got here overnight. It's a lot of bought out niggas.
A lot of.
It's a lot of black faces in black face. It's a lot of black people in black face. It's really not for us. I've said it a million times, and I'm gonna keep saying it. So it's a lot of black face and black faces, and that's become an issue. And if you say anything about it, you can't speak the truth. And speaking about someone that's quote unquote popular or whatever. And let me just get on this popular stuff. Let me just let y'all know.
Break it down too.
There is nobody in the city of Shreveport Bossier that has clout. So I don't do anything for clout. What's clout? What is clout? There are no clout clouds. Matter of fact, it's cloudy. But y'all don't have the clout y'all think y'all have. Like I don't understand when people's like, oh, was she doing that for clout? Like, no. And like, why do y'all get at since when can the truth be negative? You know, I understand what I say, you know, I use colorful words out there, tell everybody I don't cuss, I cuss. But if it's the truth, why are you upset at me and not upset at the person who did the evil deed, so to speak? Like, why? Why come? No one can ever answer that.
I would say that's a question. I mean, that's a question that'll never be answered.
Like, no one can literally answer that. Even when it comes to the pastors, when it comes to the school board, when it comes to the mayor, when it comes to police officers, when it comes to whatever, I'm like, I have yet to have anyone to tell me I'm lying. But why are you mad at me for speaking the truth that we all know about, but you ain't checking that person? Because she checked me, I check her.
Y'all know we be heated. I'm like, but won't never know, and we be on the back of the phone like, damn, look at my son.
Man, look at it. Hey, that's the best way to be. Check this out. Do you think there's going to be a federal indictment on McLaughlin?
Well, I think it is. It's coming soon. We were about to sweep through the whole plantation. I sent a letter out to the DOJ last week to the head department assistant attorney general, Christy Clark, and I had a private meeting with her a couple of days ago. So yeah, I think a lot of we about to take over the plantations, and we're gonna do something with the overseers too.
And I know the video. I mean, I had never seen the video until I seen it that day when you posted it. I was like, it was unbelievable. Like I'm like.
But I told you about it. I told you, I said they playing Clyde. They playing on our top.
I'm like, when I seen the video, I'm like, man, this can't be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what's the fight about?
And I said the back seat is worse than what it all.
Yeah.
The whole, the beating is the back seat. What happened in the back seat is worse. It don't make sense to me. And I really, this is my thing. If you don't know civics, don't argue with Breka people. Cause Coach Robinson made sure her gun is good. Look, Jay Florence, I work for Jay Antonio Florence, so you know your gun is good. Because people don't understand this. Who's in charge of the police department? Or the chief? Who's over the chief?
The mayor.
The mayor. So the mayor knows what's going on.
That's right.
Okay. So the chief reports to the mayor. So who's responsibility for them in custody deaths? For not having nobody to count?
I'll say the mayor.
It's the mayor. It's the mayor. They said the mayor can't be held accountable because the chief should. I said, no, that's not how it goes. That's not, and my thing is this, we gotta say, well, the chief gonna investigate it. The police can't, the police should not investigate the police. We should have higher ups to come in from Washington when we have any in custody death, any police brutality cases. We should have the people in Washington, D.C. to come in and investigate, because I don't even trust the state police because they came from here too.
Right.
So, we're gonna have to put some laws in place on a state level. Now, we have done on a parish level with Stephen Jackson resolution at the jail, and also with Lavette Fuller, she put in, for in custody investigation. But we cannot depend on the police themselves. That's crazy. That's like saying you working at a store, you the store owner, and your manager, you only got a manager at your cash register, and your money come up missing. And you ask the manager, well, you want to investigate?
That's like Marcus Mitchell investigate his own issue and whatever.
See, I ain't about to play ball. See, I was not gonna say it.
I'm just saying. For real, that's just like Marcus investigating his own situation. Like, no, you know the outcome of your. I see no fault. So no, the police should not investigate the police. Period. Because even Ben Raymond said, "Yeah, did I make mistakes? Yeah, no, you didn't make mistakes. You lied.
Your sister D.
You lied.
Sister D.
You lied. You flat out lied. So no, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna know. And like I keep saying, Marcus knew, Ben Raymond knew, and Adrian Perkins knew.
And ain't no black man told me about it because it was a white man that called.
Exactly. So
no black man told me nothing about what was going on. It was a white man. So do our black faces care about us?
Now when they got
the white man said, they beat the hell out of the black folks. And guess who doing the black people and the white folks? Do something about it. So we went and found the tape. But yeah, it ain't got black faces.
So I mean, what was the tape just missing? They took. I mean,
they.
Because I'm asking because, like I said, when I seen it, I said, damn, why this tape ain't been out? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, then I heard some on the street say they removed it and all that.
They did a lot of deleting. They did a lot of manipulating. They did a lot of harassment of the persons who live in that neighborhood.
Sure did.
You had people wanted to move. You had people that turned in something allegedly and got it back blank.
Gotcha.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah. We ain't trying to go back there.
Well, you give it a bond, but I mean, you got to worry about that.
Well, I told them.
But how do you feel about the public speaking rules being changed and no transparency?
I mean, everybody should be upset with that, and this is why I say that. Say for instance, something happened in front of your yard, and you want to go to the city council meeting and speak about what's going on on the city side.
Right.
You ain't gonna be able to say nothing if your city council member ain't gonna answer the phone. So if you can't bring it up to the front, who gonna help you? Yeah, it ain't, everybody thinks because it's just common McLaughlin. We gotta think about all issues.
Yeah, everything.
Everything.
And also narrows down like the availability. Like, you know, some people work and if they thought, oh, I can go on any Tuesday, and now they done narrowed it down to this specific day. You know, like how does that gonna go with their work schedule? So at the end of the day, they need to know. First of all, how you gonna change some rules when it comes to the people that you serve when they the ones that put you there?
Ain't nobody told
You
me
didn't
that.
ask their opinion. You didn't see how they were gonna feel. Was it a good idea?
They put us out the
Like-
council. They showed it.
Yeah, they did.
They told
You didn't. How are you going to like? How you gonna do that? I mean, it's the same thing with the school board. How you gonna try to do something when we put you in there? And then we have to let Gory know, like, you know, she like, I don't. It's not. And I love her. It's some people that she like that I'm like, nah.
And I told her they can't be her friend no more. She's still friends with them.
Well, you know what? That's been a long time ago. I say somebody had a shirt. They say, man, look, your friends ain't my friend.
Jab.
Yeah.
Hold on. Everybody who's on my live, could you guys go to Clyde's live and then ask questions on that live because my phone is far away and I can't see. So I'm about to end this live soon. Sorry.
Yeah, man.
Sorry.
Okay, another question. How can we be part of a jury trial? What do I mean, we don't know.
You can answer that and put it out.
You have to register to vote.
Okay.
I'm always in the courtroom, whether it's in DeSoto Parish, Webster, Caddo, I'm all over. Because we got a grading system that we go by, that we want to see who we got to remove. I mean, we got to see who's not doing what's doing right. So, but I want our people to understand, in order for you to be on that jury trial and be a representation of your peers, you got to register to vote. You have to. I was at a jury trial Tuesday. I seen 13 whites and 2 blacks. But luckily that black boy didn't get railroaded. Cause I made sure I stayed there the whole time now. But you gotta be on there because we gotta hear people that look like us that can show identification. Everybody don't know about identification. Gotta identify with your people.
Gotcha. And I know you've been going through a couple things down like in the DeSoto Parish. I mean, trying to see like when is your next court date?
It's December the 10th. It's on a Friday. They trying to give me 6 months in jail. Ain't that something?
Nah.
They is for real. For taking the black folks, they don't want you to vote so bad. They want to lock me up so you won't vote. like I have some people like I home with MJ. MJ called me the other day. He said, Breka, I ain't think voting was that much till you started explaining to me and I started seeing the changes. And I understand that local level matters. So I'm telling everybody to vote. I said, MJ, I'm crying on the phone. I said, MJ. He said, Breka, I wouldn't vote till you say go vote. But I mean, voting is big. If vote didn't matter, I wouldn't be going through what I'm going through.
And we know, man, me and my wife, we went and voted last year.
Yeah, I vote no that.
And,
hey, I'm sorry, brother. Big brother. Vote no on that bum proposal. Our kids should not be paying that money back. Vote no. Hey, donate to the People's Crumbs. I wanna wrap the whole. I'm gonna wrap my car up. I was trying to steal my sister, and she said no. So I want to wrap my car up and say no bun post. I'm gonna ride around the city. Hey, good old white folks, holla at me.
Yeah, like I said, we went to vote, man, and I didn't know that if you go into I guess whoever you voting for, you wear one of their T-shirts. They turned us around. They were like, hey, you either gonna have to go change shirts, they flip it on the outside or whatever. So it made it flip.
Well, they trying to say that's what I did. I had a mask on, but I ain't had no mask on. But they turned you around. They took me to jail. Telling me I had something on.
They turned us around.
Shoot.
But it is important.
Yeah, it's very
extremely
important.
And I know at one point in time there was a surge of what everybody like to call the woke folks. It'd be like, you know, why vote? Voting ain't important. Don't vote. Da da da. And even though, or at one point in time they considered me woke, you know, don't put me in a box first of all. But I would still tell them, hey, it's even more so important on the local level because I mean it's like the domino effect. You know, it
Look like somebody trying to request to speak.
So they have to, you know, keep that in mind. You know, it's more important on the local level because that affects your everyday life.
Sure do.
Your everyday life.
Right.
So. And this right here say, do you believe the number of deaths, which is 81 in Shreveport, is an accurate number?
Nope.
We're not counting the ones on life support or down on life support. See, that's when they play with the numbers. Now this how it goes. If you don't die And if you die at the hospital, they don't count you. Huh?
Man.
No, it's not 81.
I mean, on their record, it's 81.
It's not bad. You call LSU and Willis Knight, they got a bigger record. I had doctors and nurses calling me like, Rick, you see them line? I said, I don't believe them folks. Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was thinking, like when they said 81 deaths, I was thinking pretty much like
you get them out of jail some more.
pretty much like homicide. I was thinking more like homicide. Like.
They had the wrong ones in jail because you get them out. They be the wrong ones in jail sometimes, huh?
They got the wrong one out. We did that the other day.
Man. No, I'm talking about sometimes they had the wrong ones in jail too.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And then they must commit the crime.
They must, and they won't ever out say he didn't do it. Everybody be walking around the street thinking, I think he did it.
Yeah, because SPD committing the crimes too, so, but whatever.
They gangbang though.
Yeah, gangbang, deal drugs, you know, all that. Use T-ball or baseball clubs to, you know, yeah, we know about that too. Just saying.
Man, okay. How can we deal with mental health in the community?
That's a social worker. It's a social worker for me. Go social worker.
Being that I'm a patient myself.
See you know.
I mean, for real. I am a mental health patient. Y'all think I can be like this? Anyway, I'm a mental health patient. Okay. I suffer from PTSD. I suffer from anxiety. I have panic attacks. Oh my goodness, what else? I mean, it does go on and on. So, what the main thing that came across me, and this is just me being real transparent, and everybody know I'm whatever. So, at one point in time, I was a mother. I was a single mother. No, I'm sorry, I was a single parent. Let me put that out there. Cause I don't want to hit no man to my head. Okay. Anyway, so I was doing it on my own with my girls, and I was going back and forth to court with one of the fathers, right?
Okay.
And at that point, the person was trying to take my child away, saying that, you know, they wanted to be the domiciliary parent. Am I saying it right? Yeah. So anyway, and I'm fighting, whatever. Like, you can see here, you know, all this other kind of stuff. You need to come to mutual agreement, all that good stuff. So I was so afraid to let people know what I was going through mentally and emotionally, because I knew if anybody found out that I was going through it, that was going to be, hey, I can take it out because she got something going on. When it's okay to not be okay, and it's like, it's better to let it out and get it out. And I said all the time, a lot of our black men would not be where they are if mental health was readily available. I've always said, of all the creatures on this planet, the black man is not able to express all emotions. They get called punk, faggot, da. When no, they're still human. So if they're not able to express anything, or they're not able to, you know, get hugs comfortably from their father and mom without being called a little mama's boy or whatever, that's, you're gonna get, you know, like a bunch of like pent up frustration. Right. So I think when people turn 12, they need to go talk to somebody. Just to let it out, because one thing as parents, sometimes our kids don't feel comfortable coming to the parent. Right. I know that for a fact, because so many children will inbox me. But my thing is, I stop them right there, you know, because the way society is, you know, hey, you know, people talking out of line or whatever. So I actually get with that parent, and that way have it open, and then find them resources. Volume is the same, right, Carla? We need to start, you know, implementing that. And I know, I understand it may sometimes be with like insurance purposes or whatever. And so that's why a lot of times, you know, we do have black counselors or whatever. And I understand people want to, you know, go to a counselor that looks like them. But if you so happen to get a counselor and they look like the bottom of your shoe, start somewhere and talk to somebody. And I'm not, let me just put the disclaimer out here. I'm not knocking religious counselors, but that, no. Because we praying, not doing nothing. Okay, paying your tithes ain't doing nothing. You really need to get with someone that know, like, that will be able to give you the tools to use to, like me, grounding myself, grounding tools, going outside, like literally taking off my shoes and walking in the ground and listening for the rustling of the leaves to calm me down. Those are things that I am now learning as an adult. The count method, the road rate, actually identifying, is this happening to me? Why am I reacting like this? Hold on, why am I upset? Like being able to just stop and just like think and calm down and take deep breaths. Cause I'm gonna tell you, y'all think I'm something on Facebook. In real life, I can go from 0 to 10,000. Can we go back to number 81? So it's more. Absolutely, Ashley, it's a lot more. They're not counting the ones who are on life support, who later pass away from violence. So yeah, it's a lot more. But back to mental health, it's very much so needed. And if we can actually change the narrative, like, oh my gosh, just because you are going to a counselor or therapist don't mean, oh, you crazy. Like, right. No, that's not what that means. That just means you need help. I learned in my counseling, because I had gone through so much trauma, trauma became normal to me. People be called, they be like, why you don't get mad? I've been called every name it is, and I laugh, and people like, well, why? I'm like, it don't matter. My brain has to be rewired, and to know, like, no, that's not normal. So in my understanding, like, it was hard. It was hard for me to accept love, like real genuine love, because all I had, outside of my parents was like conditional love, like with your male or with your partner. And it wasn't the fact I was choosing the wrong ones. I kept seeing, how you like, oh, I see the good, I see the potential. When potential don't pay bills, potential don't do nothing, potential is just wasted energy if it's not tapped into. So I was, like, to fix it. I'm gonna fix everybody else because I really don't know how to fix me. Right. But that's like one of those things, and I mean, it gets real deep. I'm gonna be an advocate for that, because it's very much so needed. Everybody needs just the out. Like, even with your job, you come across, they can be like, dang, these little kids or these men or these fathers or whatever. Like, everybody needs to talk to somebody. Like, look, it does not mean you're crazy, okay? You don't want to become crazy by not, getting help for it, but it does not mean you are crazy. Now, are there some instances like with schizophrenia and things like that are out there? Yeah, but that's a chemical imbalance. That has a lot of stuff to do with genetics. It had like everything, so it's needed. I'm a patient and proud of it.
Okay.
You're crazy.
So on other behalf, do you think we need girls involved in our program?
What is it saying? Victims to Shreveport gun violence. Get that type of help. How can victims? So they're supposed to have an advocacy line for that. I'm not for sure, but we can definitely get with you. And like, how important is it to make sure the children of the victims to Shreveport gun violence? That is so very important. One, I say get in contact with your counsel to see if there's anything out there. Two, I can definitely check on that, because that is definitely, I don't know how it goes in Louisiana, but in Texas it's called victim assistance. They should have it everywhere, to where those services are provided for free. So checking that, look into that. There's most certainly things out there. I know here in Shreveport is the Gingerbread House. There may be other things or whatever. I have a friend of mine, her name is Yamika Evans. She's good with mental health counseling or whatever. So, and it's another one, I can't think of it. Oh my gosh, girl, don't get mad at me. But I will make sure to actually put that out there. But they do have what they call victim assistance. And if you're having trouble with that, please let us know. We can handle that as well. Thank you.
Okay, something else they want to know about. Tell us about the People Promise Youth Division and what are the goals?
Well, the People's Problem Youth Division, we do community engagements. Okay. Community engagement is civil civil engagement. We basically focus on civil engagement. That's why I say, if you don't know your civics, don't holler at Bree. Don't argue with me, because my kids gonna get you. I have 46 kids in my youth division. We get them ready to take their standardized tests and their ACTs to go on to college. And we also get them ready to go to college. What I do is I use my platform, my political power to get the kids that want to go to college in college.
Gotcha.
So I have a co-chair. Both my co-chairs is one is he's an African American boy, and the other was she's Puerto Rican and Italian, and they was going to they had an intern. Well, my attorney had an internship for them through the summer, every summer. So they ready. Our kids, they also putting in policies at the school board. We're getting ready to do our district-wide voter registration drive. So like the teacher had their day, we're gonna have ours too. But our kids, somebody does they want
What did Tanya say?
What was it?
She was going back to.
She said, Havana, Montgomery County, my brother murdered because he died months later as a result of gun violence.
Wait, what? Why don't
I can't see nothing.
How you see that?
If they go fast, we're not gonna see it.
Okay, go up a little bit.
Y'all was already talking about some other stuff at the time she texted that.
Okay.
Okay, exactly. They never counted my brother murdered because he died months later as a result of gun violence. So how are the How are the numbers right when it comes down to homicide, and how can we fix this? Oh, you gotta get with those governing bodies on how they fix it and how they change the numbers. They also finagle the numbers as it comes to how they report crime and how crime is, categorized as far as like, breaking and entering and burglary, as far as vandalism, all that changed. They changed it to mess with the numbers, so when they report, it seems like it has gotten better, but that's only because they have changed the category in which a crime goes into, and those are facts. And you can ask former Chief Ben Raymond, but he lied, so it ain't gonna do you no good.
Okay, when will the community center be up and running?
It's almost there. It's almost there. It's almost there. I mean, me and Carla are ready. We're ready to get these babies with our team. We're gonna do a teenage outreach program for the kids, because I'm telling you, Carla is a good social worker. Like, I'm telling you, I don't have the patience. I promise you, I don't have the patience. I be ready to throw people away like, Carla, I ain't dealing with them no more. Well, Breka, you gotta do it. See, y'all see that, but she be like, Breka, you can't do it. No.
Well, see, this the side of y'all that don't nobody see. You see what I'm saying? I mean, the way y'all talking out like this me, I'm like, damn, baby. It's totally different from what you see online.
It sure is. It sure is.
Totally.
It depends on the topic of the subject. Me, I ain't no telling what you get if you come to mine, because it is what it is. And I don't expose things that aren't already exposed.
I think what it is, people never seen that type of sisterhood that you can agree to disagree. When you come and find some people, like in this little, when you want to say this popularity clicks they got going on the street for it, they one-minded. You can't be one-minded with everything. Like, even with the mask situation, I'm looking at Carla like, she with the... That's all.
They had an old folks say she was with them.
Carla, she was screaming and hollering with the folks. I'm looking at her like, ooh. And
I was screaming at their voice though.
Look,
Hallelujah, brother.
See, just like that with them. But we wasn't close by each other. I was sitting on the next row because I wanted to peach like we in church. But
And you said it, how you said it?
Hallelujah, brother. I was like, woo, yeah, woo, come on.
And they was
like, yeah, yeah.
So here they go to the school board. Bring a papers, you want to speak?
Wait,
Nah, it's okay.
I didn't want to speak because I didn't know. I didn't know my the kids was experiencing men's talking on their clothes at the school at Caddo Magna High. They were doing a little sketch, and I'm looking at my attorney. I'm like, this stuff real? I said, don't you never do me like that. You tell me before they get up there like that, because I don't know what and it got me by surprise because my daughter is a rape victim, you know?
Right.
So it got me by surprise, and I'm looking at, I said, Carla, my head hurt. I had a migraine that whole day. Because, I mean, I don't think people understand how sex trafficking is real. Molestation is real.
Ask your pastors.
Rape is real.
Ask your pastors.
Right now, my brother Eugene Carla is the NAACP president in Baton Rouge. We just uncovered some politicians and stuff, sex trafficking kids on the state level in CPS custody. And CPS say they can't investigate it because it ain't their problem. So I heard kids was coming up north. They sex trafficking kids up north. So it's a lot of stuff that's uncovering. And I think what pissed me off with some of our women, you know, we better children.
Correct.
We should be the ones like, look, well, no more. You know, you get some of these men laid back. They don't care. I had to tell my homeboy yesterday. I said, look, every time I go towards him, it's be a man tell me, Breka, you wasting your time. I say, well, that stuff ain't gonna hit here. I said, how they gonna hear? Y'all know the no chokehold? I fought that on the state level. The no knock warrant, I fought that on the state level. That 14 grams of weed that you throw away, you just get a fine. I fought that on the state level. So what you telling me? Nothing can't be done. This stuff ain't gonna get here. Like, and I'm gonna say this. Listen, if you can't say, Breka, I support you. I donate to your cause. I come out there and help you what you need. Don't discourage me on my mission, because my mission might not be your mission.
Thanks.
Right.
Don't discourage me, because that's how friendships, relationships.
Everything.
That's like you telling your daughter, I don't want you with that boy. What that girl gonna do?
She gonna find a way to
But maybe go harder.
For real.
Make her go harder. But I hate that. I hate that, because people think me and Carla just be out here with all this hooping and hollering. And it's not about that. Yeah, we be mad. We be hooping and hollering because we be pissed out. Because we can file litigation, get your lawyer on the phone, we can make it real. Because I got 249 of them. So, this city, I ain't never seen what's going on in this city here. I've never seen it nowhere else. In the Soda Parish, Red River, Natchitoches, Bourbon, Wynn, we fighting with them black politicians. And we putting laws in place and policies and trying to get our people out of property. Here, sure. These white folks, they lying and care how these black folks doing, y'all. They lying cold.
So look, I know there's a few of them, but you know, I had a couple of people reach out to me. They try to find like a good attorney or lawyer that's gonna fight for you. You know, I mean, cause I know there's a lot of them, and you might forget some of them, but I mean, who can you recommend?
We only miss for 2, rather.
Yeah, too. You know, my sister, she came up here from New Orleans. Attorney Michelle Charles.
Okay.
And Jay Florence. I mean, all these lawyers play. Some of these lawyers play too many games.
Oh, I know.
They play too many games. And how I found out they play too many games, because a DA taught me the game. Shoot, the reason I'm the way I am, right I am now, because I was up on a DA. Let me tell you something. We had a DA in the Soda Parish. His name is Gary Edwards. Say, for instance, you have a drug charge, and that's your first drug charge. You do he gonna give you a diversion program for 12 months. Get off your record. You get in trouble 2 or 3 times. He's still gonna do it because he understands, like, our people need help. Our people fighting it out of private.
Right.
But by the crowd we did. Our people fought against that. They didn't want that. They wanted to get that $40 in the Soda Parish. They paid our people $40 to vote Republican.
Damn.
We had somebody that was literally changing, like sex trafficking. He play. I mean, you could not. An officer could not pinch a citizen. Say for instance, we get a case, and your case say you was resisting arrest. Oh, let's go get the dash cam and the body cam. See why he had to resist arrest. Why you beat him like that? I ain't about to charge him. You beating him.
Right.
They don't want that. The powers. Why ours not doing it? See, there's a lot of stuff. Like I said, they can't tell me what no police jury don't do, because Thomas Jones and Mama Jerry showed me what they can do. See, let me tell you, when we was at the parish school board meeting, they stayed rest with them. I was so mad, I called mine and just told the parents, said, you gonna cross that line, boss. But they don't even support the stuff. They don't support, they don't, it's bad here. We gonna have to do a whole, everybody gotta go.
Like I said, we learned though. I'm talking like, how do we find out like the dates of the meetings, the times and stuff like that?
They actually put them out there, but they don't. I wish they broadcasted as much as they broadcast the photo ops that the mayor take.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They just have it out there. This is scheduled, and that's it. They don't say they don't try to engage the community on their platform. So I mean, we'll be like, hey, we're going to the city council meeting, you know, whatever. But even I feel like now, because it's pretty much harassment on SPD behalf. If we ever so much to say, hey, meet us at, you know, the city council, they'll try to say, oh, they're inciting a riot because of our followers, you know. So it's just,
your city councilwoman say, I feel threatened, black woman.
One of them say they feel threatened. We have not said anything in any type of threatening manner to this young lady.
But she tried to break in my car.
I mean, yeah. So
they act like it was her car, and the citizen called her.
She said that was a mistake.
No, it was not a mistake.
Was she crying? Was she crying? Was she crying?
No, she wasn't
okay,
crying.
Well, then it was a mistake.
Now, these are a couple of questions that people they inbox that they wanted to know. They said, "Who do you two look up to for inspiration and mentorship?"
She was up for Jesus.
Yeah.
She was up for Jesus. Well, I go to the minister. Minister Muhammad. He's a student minister of the study group in Shreveport. I go to him for a lot of things. I go because he's so wise. He's very wise. And I also go to Lopez Jones. Lopez, he's one of the biggest investigators in the state of Louisiana. And I also go to my attorney Jay Florence, because if I don't say Jay Florence, he gonna check me.
Go get that phone call.
I call Jay first though. Just know if he don't answer, then I call.
Okay. And that's another one. What was your purpose before you became a community activist?
I think I even said I don't know the main purpose or whatever.
Right.
Because the way my ADHD is, I'd be like, I can do everything. But I've always just wanted to help.
Right.
You know, I can tell you this: when my grandma, when she transitioned in front of me, right? And so I was trying to resuscitate her, bring her back. And so I'm thinking, well, dang, Carla, if you would have went ahead and finished school in nursing, you could have been able to save her. So I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, well, maybe whatever. So then when I go to the hospital with people, you just thinking, oh, I can. So I learned then I have a servitude type of energy, I guess, to want to serve and help people. Because there were times when I was going through something, like when I was on unemployment child, when I was getting the EBT card, when I was getting Medicaid or whatever. Yes, I love swiping my card. I just wish it was someone there. You know how you be seeing the Peter Popoff, whatever. And, oh my gosh, I woke up and there was $7,000 in my mailbox.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, damn.
He got the bosses. I'm telling you, you need to hire her.
Why my check? Like, you know, I was like, where my check? Where's the person that's gonna get me out of this? Like, hello, hey. I mean, I know I did I ain't that bad. Like, where was my stuff at? And, you know, it never did come. So I just wish, you know, that I wish I was giving me help when I was in it. That makes sense? Yeah. So that's why I try my best to do whatever I can, no matter what, along the way. And I do thank, you know, those people, you know, who, you know, it wasn't monetarily help, but it was like, hey, how about you look into this and start getting into this? You know, hey, try this out or try that out or whatever. So I just, you know, I don't always come to the rescue financially for people. A lot of times it's just like, it can be a word, it can be a hug, it can be a smile, it can be pointing them in the right direction. So
resources and
giving them resources, showing them, you know, how to do it. I mean, you got people, adults now, that have a hard time filling out a job application online. Like, for real.
Now, this is a question probably for both of y'all. I mean, it's gonna be right on point. They want to. I know you got a lot of people, and you might not have none, but if you got 3 people you can count on outside of your significant other Who can you call on?
Oh, you might get somebody in trouble. You better not say that, cause I ain't saying it.
You only got 3. I know you might get many. But who we gonna talk to?
Outside family?
Hey, outside family. I'm gonna turn my back on this.
3. I mean, Breka, Lydia, and Dee.
It was the same one she said.